Sister Abigail teased, the Shield reunite, and a new member of the Cruiserweight division is announced. Almost only so Enzo Amore can get beaten up again. I'm Ollie Davis and this is the 2nd of October 2017 edition of Monday Night Raw in about 4 minutes. Tom Phillips opened Raw in Michael Cole's place, with a very confused Booker T standing next to him.
Haha, shucky ducky, where you ain't Cole?
After Dean Ambrose lost to Braun Strowman last week, Seth Rollins lost to the monster among men here. Strowman is continuing to be built back up after his Brock Lesnar defeat, not just beating Rollins, but also Ambrose again in the post-match. Cesaro and Sheamus then ran down to kick the scraps, tying into the Reigns angle later on. Several months ago, Alexa Bliss would have staged a 20-minute long in-ring segment about how old Mickie James is. Thankfully, WWE opted for the succinct, much better version, James finding various old person presents from Alexa in her dressing room. Mickie confronted Bliss about it, but was instead met by my new best friend Nia Jax, seemingly ignoring the last month of angles where Nia has been feuding with Alexa. Mickie won the resulting match via DQ when Bliss interfered, so Kurt Angle made a women's title match between them at TLC No Scrubs. Elias continues to be kept strong, this week beating Titus O'Neil. Carlos Santana is going to wrestle for WWE or something. Matt Hardy and Jason Jordan are now apparently a tag team while brother Jeff is out with injury. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, however, prove they're just a couple of nerds. Because WWE doesn't care about Raw's third hour anymore, the Roman Reigns vs Miz main event took place halfway through the show. The Miztourage entered through the crowd in their latest jab at the Shield, which Reigns didn't take too kindly, brutally beating up Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas before the match started, steel chair and all. It was a great Stone Cold Steve Austin badass babyface move. It even got the crowd cheering Roman. With Miz's cronies out of action, it was up to Cesaro and Sheamus to pull Roman out just as he was about to win, giving Reigns the DQ victory but keeping the Intercontinental title on Miz. Sure, it's very haphazard, chucking Miz, Cesaro and Sheamus together to feud with the Shield, but it's much better than having Dallas and Axel in the spot. The three heels then hit Roman with the Shield's triple powerbomb spot to close the show, despite there still being a whole hour left. Well done, WWE. You just made Bray Wyatt interesting again. Answering Finn Balor's in-ring challenge, Wyatt appeared in his Titantron house, where he'd farted up an absolute storm. Here we go again, some gobbledygook about men and demons and face paint. But Bray's character showed several new sides. He was broken, muttering "she never lied to me" over and over again. And then at the end, Wyatt said it's time for Finn to meet Sister Abigail, where a perfectly executed crossfade turned him into the girl from the ring. It was equally disturbing and intriguing, even if this is more supernatural nonsense for Bray, when the best version of his character is the charismatic, psychotic cult leader. Or maybe it's not supernatural at all, and Bray will challenge the Demon King at TLC in full drag, cross-dressing Norman Bates style. And there is nothing wrong with cross-dressing! Sasha Banks and Bayley are still the bestest friends in the whole wide world. They beat Emma and Alicia Fox when Emma left her partner high and dry after an accidental collision. With anyone else, Enzo Amore's main event promo would have been far too long, but he's such a great talker, the segment zipped along quite nicely, especially when he ran down each of his fellow cruiserweights. The big reveal was that Kurt Angle had signed a new wrestler to the division, one which could therefore challenge Amore for the title. No, not Austin Aries. No, not a returning Dean Malenko either. It's Kalisto! I like Kalisto, but it was hardly a big crowd pop reveal. At least the luchador is finally in the cruiserweight division where he belongs, even if it's a year overdue. Raw ended, however, with its own version of the Marvel post-credit sequence. Roman was recovering in the locker room from his earlier beatdown when Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins silently joined him, nodded, and then walked away. The Shield is reuniting. So that was this week's Raw in about 4 minutes. Here's the usual ratings recap from top to bottom in order: core, average, poor, and bore. I'll reveal my rating very shortly, but first, vote in the poll above my head to give yours. I'll announce the results in tomorrow's WrestleTalk news. There was nothing awful on Raw, but aside from the post-credit Shield reunion and Bray Wyatt promo, there wasn't anything standout either. And for a 3-hour show, there really needs to be more to deserve the audience's attention. This week's Raw is a low average. Enzo Amore shoots on Corey Graves, and Randy Orton is sick of WWE's booking. Click the videos to the left to find out more, press subscribe, and support WrestleTalk on Patreon. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was wrestling.